Hey, Coach Michael here. So if you're not getting stronger, you're stuck on the same weight for months, you're always at that sticking point where you can't push the weight anymore, there's these two easy methods that I'm going to show you right now that you can implement. You see this in the gym all the time. People grinding out reps using the same weight that they were using a month ago, and they just can't overcome a sticking point. Whether that be at the bottom of their bench press or the lockout position of their deadlift. There are many methods to overcome strength plateaus and sticking points, which I'll cover over time. But these two methods are really simple and easy for you to implement straight away. The first method, train weak muscle groups. This method is quite simple. Figure out which muscle groups are weak, strengthen them with specific exercises, and watch your primary lifts go up. Here's an example. Say in your squat, you have trouble at the top lockout position. That's going to indicate that you have a weakness in your quads. To overcome this, you'll incorporate, say, lunges as accessory work to strengthen the quadriceps. Once you've increased the strength and the size of your quads, this will then translate into strength gains in your squat, and therefore eliminating that sticky point at the top position. So you might be asking which muscle groups relate to which sticking point in the lift. I've provided you with a table to show the three main lifts, all the sticking points that you may have in those lifts, and which muscle groups you should be working on in strengthening. Second method, train your weak range of motion. This method is very similar to the first, except you're training a specific point and area in your range of motion instead of a specific muscle group. In my experience, this method has been better for beginners who can't grasp what muscle groups are and their functions. To use this method, you simply train the range of motion around your sticking point. Research shows that if you train within 15 degrees of your sticking point, that will translate to strength gains in your actual sticking point. Here's an example. So if your sticking point is at the bottom of your bench press, then the next exercise that you'll choose is to do the one board bench press, where you place a small board on your chest and you bench press off that board, so you're training the range of motion at the bottom. If your sticking point is the lockout position at the top of your deadlift, then you'll do high rack pulls so that you're training more in that top range of motion. So I've provided you with a table that's going to show you all the sticking points for the three main lifts and how to modify those specific lifts to train your sticking point, to overcome it. That's it. Two easy methods that you can implement right now in your training. Now stay tuned, because I'm going to cover in later videos the other methods you can use to overcome sticking point and strength plateaus. Hope you found this useful, and I look forward to bringing you more content in the future.